These live channels will air select content around the clock 24/7. As Disney Plus looks for its next big thing, insiders suggest the streamer is mulling over the addition of some sizable infrastructure changes. Welcome back to another episode of the Cinema Gold Show. As always, I'm your host, Larry Lace. Today we're diving into the latest box office numbers and headlines from around the industry. Before we do, give us a thumbs up if you like your video, hit that subscribe button down below, and hit the bell notification button to be notified of future videos. And of course, give us your thoughts in the comment section below. And with that, we break down this past weekend's box office numbers. For once, Disaster means a box office winner. An $80.5 million success with Twisters. For once, Disaster is a box office positive. Twisters from Universal beat all projections to score an $80.5 million number one weekend. Time for needed escapism, and with the cataclysmic genre that excels on premium screens, it proved to be a worthy successor to its original. The 1996 Twister opened to $41 million in early May. That was back when pre-Memorial Day didn't mean the start of summer. At today's prices, that would represent around $100 million today. It ended up with a 6-time multiple of 495. About $600 million at today's prices. Because Twisters competed for attention in the research tracking, fan far underestimated the interest in the film. Projections of 40 to 50 million seemed wrong on multiple levels. But even predictions of at least 60 million fell far short of the mark. Even more impressive is its weekend trajectory. After 8 million in previews, 70 million seemed plausible for the weekend. The guess rose to 75 million by Saturday, but when the second full day came in ahead of the Friday-only gross by 3 million, hard to do with sellouts at some premium theaters both days, the estimate jumped again. That number includes a 25% drop for Sunday, but there's a real chance the total could rise. This summer had several big hits, led by Inside Out 2. It's still number 4 for the weekend, just under 600 million total domestic, and it still has a chance to beat out 2023 top grosser Barbie at 636 million. But Twisters is the first pure popcorn appeal movie for a general audience that wants fun action-adventure type content. The sort of release that often soars in this season. It also has Glenn Powell on the cusp of superstardom at exactly the right time and in the right vehicle to elevate him. Domestic results for Twisters are far better than foreign, which has seen 43 million after 2 weekends. China was a disaster with 1.5 million in over 9,000 theaters. With a 155 million budget before marketing, Twisters will need to continue its strong performance for the rest of the summer in the US and Canada. Universal is an even big winner with Despicable Me 4 at number 2, adding 24 million. The studio provided nearly 70% of the weekend gross. In its third week, the Minions animated franchise is nearing 260 million. Last week's 2 wide openings met different fates. Neon sleeper horror film Longlegs had a second week hold that was much better than average, dropping only 48%. Apple's Fly Me to the Moon had an awful 68% fall. These results show the increased unreliability of CinemaScore to determine audience reactions. Longlegs had a C+ score, suggesting disaster, while Fly Me to the Moon was an A-, the same as Twisters. Also new in the top 10 is Bad News, an Indian comedy at number 8 with nearly 1.1 million in over 400 theaters. Meanwhile, apologies for butchering this name, but Kalki 2898 AD passed 18 million in domestic grosses. This weekend's total of around 147 million is off by more than 50% from last year, but that was the weekend of Barbie and Oppenheimer. Next week will be a big improvement when Deadpool and Wolverine open to an expected 150 million or much more. Particularly with the strength of Twisters and other holdovers, year to date is down 17% from 2023. Not a lot of specialized action. The second week of Sing Sing, remaining at 4 New York, LA theaters, fell just over half to 64,000. Its opening benefited from extensive advance and weekend screenings with Q&A enhancements, but in terms of wider audience interest, this remains to be determined, and will soon expand in August. But new platform openings were the Turkish Crossing at 16,236 in just 2 theaters, and Great Absence, $9,440 in 1. And I'm going to butcher this title, so I'm just going to call it Widow, from France, grossed $190,000 in 102 theaters. Bike Riders is listed at number 10 for us, but elsewhere, but it's reported 700,000 gross, including double counted grosses for drive-ins, where it is second billed with Twisters. That's a normal industry practice, but as in this case, it can sometimes be misleading. So to recap, for the top 10 box office, we got number 1 with Twisters, with 80 million in over 4,000 theaters. Despicable Me 4 at number 2 with 23 million. Inside Out 2 at 12 million for number 3. Long Legs at 11 million. Quiet Place Day 1 at number 5 with 6 million. Fly Me to the Moon at number 6 with 3 million. Bad Boys Ride or Die at number 7 for 2 million. 2.5 million. Number 8, Bad News with just over 1 million. Number 9 is Maxine with 819,000. Number 10, Horizon American Saga Chapter 1 at 685,000. And with that, we dive into our next topic. Disney Plus is reportedly developing live channels for the MCU, Simpsons, and more. These live channels will air select content around the clock 24/7. As Disney Plus looks for its next big thing, insiders suggest the streamer is mulling over the addition of some sizable infrastructure changes. In a new report from the Wall Street Journal, it said that the House of Mouse is looking into developing live channels for Disney-owned content. Should a green light happen on the move, the service would add something not unlike Pluto TV or more archaic regular old television. The idea is to have a steady stream of films and shows scheduled and already streaming so that users and subscribers don't have to scroll and decide something to watch. The service does it for them. The initial reports as channels being considered includes ones featuring the Marvel Cinematic Universe and The Simpsons, but more could be added dependent on advertising interest. It's not the only big change Disney Plus is making as of late. Earlier this year, the streamer announced a combined bundle with Max, the streamer owned by crosstown rival Warner Brothers. President of Direct-to-Consumer for Disney Entertainment, Joe Early, said, quote, "On the heels of the very successful launch of Hulu on Disney Plus, this new bundle with Max will offer subscribers even more choice and value. This incredible new partnership puts subscribers first, giving them access to blockbuster films, originals, and 3 massive libraries, featuring the very best brands in entertainment and streaming today. This new offering delivers for consumers the greatest collection of entertainment for the best value in streaming and will help drive incremental subscribers and much stronger retention. The bundle has yet to be made public, and no pricing for the service has been made official as of this episode. And with that, we'd like to ask you for your thoughts in the comment section below. Would you sign up for a Disney Plus HBO Max bundle? And also, would you be a fan of a live channel on Disney Plus that streams Disney movies? I think I might, depending on like what content they have for like the Disney movies. Because like, you know, there were good Disney Channel original movies that came out, you know, years ago, and if they put that back on like a channel like specific for the original Disney Channel movies, I might get Disney Plus and watch that. And then also have the benefit of being able to watch like The Simpsons on one channel, the MCU on another. And being able to watch that 24/7 is a pretty good deal, I think. But that's my thoughts, and I want to hear yours. So with that, we're going to dive into our next topic. Kevin Feige has confirmed that a beloved Marvel character is finally heading to the MCU. Marvel Studios has finally confirmed that Richard Rider, one of Marvel's most beloved cosmic characters, is set to make his long-awaited debut in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The exciting news was revealed in an interview by Comic Book's Brandon Davis with Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige. Despite several forays into the Marvel cosmos and the introduction of the Nova Corps, the MCU has yet to introduce the character of Nova, but that's all about to change. In the interview, Feige confirmed the development of a Nova project featuring Richard Rider. When asked about the status of Nova's inclusion in the MCU, Feige enthusiastically responded, quote, "It's happening, it's coming together. Richard Rider, yep." He further clarified that the project will take the form of a TV series rather than a movie, saying, quote, "A show? Yeah. However, fans will need to be patient, as Feige indicated that the series is still a few years away from hitting the small screen, saying it's 3 or 4 years out." The announcement aligns with previous hints about a Nova project from Marvel's head of streaming, animation, and television. In an earlier interview, he expressed his enthusiasm for Nova, saying, "We love Nova. We are in really early development on Nova. We have a new system behind the scenes at Marvel Studios. We're more like a traditional studio now. We're developing more than we actually will produce. There are plans to develop Nova. I love Nova too. I love Rich Rider too, and I hope it gets to the screen." So the question is, why have we not seen Nova so far? Nova's absence from the MCU has been a topic of much speculation and discussion among fans. Notably, Richard Rider was considered for an early draft of Avengers Infinity War. Despite significant efforts by screenwriters Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely, the character was ultimately left out. Fans were also surprised by his exclusion from the Guardians of the Galaxy films, given the prominent role of the Nova Corps. Director James Gunn previously shed light on this decision, explaining his vision for the Guardian films, saying, quote, "Yeah, I never had Richard Rider in anything. He's just too big of a character, and he seemed to, I didn't want to from the beginning when I came on board Guardians. I didn't want to have 2 human beings. I wanted to have 1 human being so that he could be surrounded in this world of aliens. And then we realized little by little that all of these characters are the only of their kind. They're the only human being to them, you know?" So what role does the Nova Corps play in the MCU? In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Nova Corps is an intergalactic police force based on the planet Xandar. They first appear in Guardians of the Galaxy, where they are depicted as a highly organized and disciplined military group responsible for maintaining peace and order across the galaxy. Led by Nova Prime, played by Glenn Close, the Nova Corps include notable members like Roman Day, portrayed by John C. Reilly. The Corps plays a crucial role in opposing the villain Ronan the Accuser, who seeks to destroy Xandar with an Infinity Stone. They work alongside the Guardians of the Galaxy to stop Ronan's plane, demonstrating their strategic abilities and dedication to protecting the galaxy. Despite their efforts, the Nova Corps suffer significant losses in this battle. Their presence highlights the broader cosmic governance and law enforcement within the MCU, which has tended to be overlooked in most of the films and series to date. So stay tuned to the Cinema Gold Show for further updates on Nova and his journey to the MCU as Marvel Studios continues to expand its cosmic universe. The next Marvel installment, Deadpool and Wolverine, hits theaters this weekend, so grab your tickets and come join the fun. And now on to our next topic. And along with Kevin Feige talking about Nova, he's also not giving up on Marvel Blade's reboot. If you've studied the movie-making industry enough, you'll come across that one project, promising yet beset by persistent setbacks. Marvel has set about bringing to life a reboot of Blade, but production on the project has been hit by several complications, from losing cast members and its creative minds. Marvel announced the reboot of the beloved film back in July 2019, but as noted, development has been nothing short of rocky. Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige spoke on the prospects of the film within the studio, noting that he is committed to bringing the project full circle. Despite the many writers, directors, and cast members that have come and gone in the years since the project was announced, Blade still has two-time Oscar winner Mahershala Ali set to star in the lead role. Speaking in a new interview with Blacktree TV, Feige commented on the possibility of more R-rated MCU films after Deadpool and Wolverine's release this weekend. Despite delays, Feige isn't rushing the film and noted that it's inherently the character of Blade to be rated R, suggesting that the reboot will follow suit, saying, quote, "For the last few years as we've been trying to crack that movie, the most important thing for us is not rushing it and making sure we are making the right Blade movie. Because there were some great Blade movies years ago. They were all rated R, so I think that's inherent. Like Deadpool, that's inherently the character of Blade." When Feige was beginning to make a name for himself in the industry, he honed his skills working alongside Wesley Snipes on the '98 version of the film. So it's fair to suggest that the reboot means more to him. In that light, the filmmaker is committed to the project and won't give up on the project easily. Saying, quote, "We are committed to the movie, and we're so committed to it that we're not going to make it until it's right." Excuse me. And then in a separate interview with Blavity's Shadow and Act, he said, quote, "It has been frustrating for us and for some fans that it's taken a while, but we have a writer working on it now. I've read half of his new draft, and it's feeling good so far." Since 2019, Blade has been in a complex situation throughout its development journey. The film is set in the 1920s and will feature Mia Goth as a vampire villain named Lilith, alongside Ali as the vampire hunter. The movie has been through two directors already. Bassam Tariq was the first to come and go before the arrival and departure of Yann Demange. Writers who have been attached to the project, without butchering their names, include writers behind True Detective and Watchmen and X-Men 97 and of the show When They See Us. The reboot has endured the loss of cast members like Delroy Lindo and Aaron Pierce. Blade is scheduled to hit theaters on November 7th, 2025, so stay tuned to the Cinema Gold Show for updates. Of course, also, if you want updates of movie news and entertainment news, it's a great time to remind you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Just search the Cinema Gold Show, and we'll be uploading quick news bites of all the major news stories that are happening around us that involve entertainment. And with that, we dive into some more rather unusual news. Wolverine has joined Deadpool in getting an Xbox controller shaped like his rear. If you thought Marvel and Xbox would stop at a controller shaped like Deadpool's ass, the controller shaped like Wolverine's ass is here to prove you wrong. Microsoft pulled back the curtain on yet another cheeky device in an Xbox wire post, revealing a Wolverine variant of that strange Deadpool controller. This blue and yellow version features colors and textures that fit more with Hugh Jackman's character in this week's Marvel Cinematic Universe entry, Deadpool and Wolverine. It's the little details that shine through, as while the Deadpool controller attachment is smoother, this controller's detachable trunk features a little cargo pockets. Marvel and Xbox even went through the trouble of slapping a billboard for the Wolverine's butt controller in Alberta, Canada. In its post, Microsoft says, "Because nothing says you're my best bub quite like renting out a massive sign in the place where you first popped your claws. It's the superhero equivalent of a friendship bracelet, just way more public." Like the red and black device that comes before it, this Deadpool and Wolverine controller won't be available for anyone to purchase. Those who want to get their hands on this bad boy will instead need to cross their fingers and enter the Microsoft Cheeky Sweepstakes, which involves finding a Microsoft Instagram post containing the aforementioned hashtag, liking it, and sending in a reply with the hashtag in the comments. That Deadpool controller just didn't look right without a Wolverine variant by its side. But that doesn't change the fact that there are many who would prefer the option just to buy the controller instead of hoping to win a contest. Microsoft is unlikely to budge. However, as it's sold a variety of other sweepstake exclusive accessories in the past, including a controller that smells like pizza. With only one winner chosen for the Deadpool and Wolverine sweepstakes, you may not want to bet on getting the two Marvel characters' cheeks in your hands anytime soon. And like we've mentioned this episode, Deadpool and Wolverine is coming to theaters this weekend. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Would you want to win a Xbox controller in the shape of Deadpool and Logan Wolverine's ass? Let me know. And now, on to our next topic. Sharon Stone is playing the villain in Bob Odenkirk's Nobody 2. Major casting news has been revealed for Nobody 2, the upcoming action sequel to Nobody, which will bring back Bob Odenkirk in the lead role, has now found its villain. Per The Hollywood Reporter, Oscar-nominated actress Sharon Stone has signed on to star opposite Odenkirk in Nobody 2. Stone is reportedly playing the primary villain in the sequel, but no specific details have been revealed about her character. The sequel is being directed by, apologies for butchering the name, Timo Tejanato, with the screenplay written by Odenkirk, Derek Kolstad, Aaron Rabin, and Umar Aleem. Stone has garnered great acclaim in her career, earning an Academy Award nomination for her performance in Casino. She's also well known for her starring role alongside Michael Douglas in the erotic thriller Basic Instinct. Her work playing villains includes co-starring as the antagonist in Halle Berry's Catwoman movie. In more recent years, Stone starred in the romantic drama What About Love and had roles in Ratched and The Flight Attendant. Released in 2021, Nobody was written by Kolstad. It starred Odenkirk as a family man who falls back on his skills from his former life as an assassin when his family becomes targeted by a crime lord. Along with Odenkirk in the lead, the film starred Connie Nielsen, RZA, Michael Ironside, and Christopher Lloyd. Excuse me. Nielsen previously teased the sequel to Screen Rant, saying, quote, "On top of Odenkirk's return, you have this family again. I'm a family person, and I love depicting the tensions inside of a family, the natural tensions, but also the sweetness that underlies the love that connects all of these people together. This is a great family. It's a great story that I look forward to returning to, definitely." And Nobody 2 is scheduled to release on August 15th, 2025. And of course, with that, we move on to getting rid of 5 states. So this week, I think I'm going to get rid of Iowa. Because, yeah, like the other states I've mentioned, it's just farmland and there's really nothing there. I'm going to make this actually kind of easy, I think. Iowa and then Nebraska. Same reason. Let's just get rid of all the farming states right now. Iowa, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, and Montana. I lived in Montana for a little bit. It's a nice state, but there really is nothing there to see or do. So, I mean, we get rid of it. Are we really losing anything? Yeah, I get you don't want to import, you don't want to import, wheat and the food supply from other states or from other countries. But these states, you can get rid of them anytime. So with that, we'd like to mention our affiliate of the month, or the week, excuse me. Hey there, pop culture fans, let me tell you about my favorite place to find the coolest collectibles, Entertainment Earth. I just recently bought some amazing Funko Pops from them, and I couldn't be happier. Entertainment Earth has everything, whether you're into Marvel, Star Wars, Funko Pops, or any other fandom. Their selection is unbeatable. I always find rare and exclusive items that I can't get anywhere else. Plus, their website is super easy to navigate, and their customer service is top-notch. And the best part, they have great deals and pre-order options, so I never miss out on new releases. So why wait? Head on over to Entertainment Earth and use the link in the description and check them out today. Entertainment Earth, bringing you favorite fandoms to life, one collectible at a time. And of course, with the release of Marvel's Deadpool and Wolverine, we gotta let you know about the anticipated release of Marvel Legends Interactive Electronic Deadpool's Head. You can pre-order it today. This is your ticket to nerd supremacy. Own this premium interactive app-enhanced 1-to-1 scale Deadpool head. It's filled with motors and sensors for all that sweet, sweet movement and interactivity. Warning, the Merc talks a lot. There are over 600 lines of content. If you ever wanted to own a piece of Deadpool, now you can. From the jerks who brought you Marvel Legends, including that shiny, expensive glove, a bunch of helmets with glowing eyes, and a ton of Build-A-Figure pieces that you'll step on one day, comes this premium interactive app-enhanced Deadpool head. Features over 600 lines of content that are absolutely not guaranteed to be funny. Because is anything in life really guaranteed? But we tried. We really, really tried. A bunch of comic book writers, editors, stand-up comedians, and hacks from Hasbro worked as hard as they possibly could to make you laugh. So we hope you laugh. We need this, okay? Anyway, the 1-to-1 scale Marvel Legends interactive electronic Deadpool's head definitely looks like the Merc's head too. Deadpool were a real person with a real head. You gotta get one of these. And warning, this is for ages 18 and up. You can pre-order it today using the link in the description. So check it out today. And if you pre-order it today, it will arrive sometime in January 2025. And with that, we'd like to remind you, if you want to support the channel, you can also buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/cinemagold. Your support helps the channel grow, upgrade our equipment, bring new hosts, and take this show on the road. We'd love to be able to host a live stream from Comic-Con or D23 or other major entertainment events around the country or even the world one day. And your support can help make that happen, whether it's $1, $5, $20, $50, or $100. Anything you give goes right back in the channel and helps my dream become a reality. So as always, thank you so much for watching and listening. We'll see you next time.